a woman was pregnant. Okay, first of all, this is very delicate because obviously when a woman's pregnant, she is going through a lot of emotions. But let's say a woman doesn't want to have sex with her man anymore. Let's say it's for a month. Is that considered cheating in your guys' opinion, or is that something that the guy should just deal with?
Can I take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think now I did some research into what we were talking about last time.
We talked about a lot last time.
So,
first of all, we talked like 3 hours.
We talked a long time. I didn't realize how common threesomes were in like non-monogamy and open relationships or monogamish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to read and there's a lot of talks and podcasts and advice out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think a man at this day and age has no excuse to cheat. Because up front, you can tell the woman what it is, and she might agree with you.
What? She might agree with you. Don't be
Actually, I would say men and women.
Didn't you just hear her say that it all depends on her emotions?
I don't know if I necessarily agree with.
But here's the thing, though. This is, and listen, like I speak from personal experience as well. I can't speak for the other gentlemen, but I've been in situations with girls that have said, I'm cool with threesomes because they want to, one, impress me, or they don't want to lose me, right? And then they go into that situation and you can tell they're not really into it. A lot of people do these threesomes because they feel like they have to do the threesomes.
Facts.
And which is what happens when you do something like that. Later on, you start resenting the person. Like, yo, I did this person. Like, I saw the way you fucked her. You fucked her better than me. You gave her 20 seconds more than you did me. Like, all this shit starts to build up. And then she's resentful, giving him attitude. Remember, he can't read minds. So stuff like that does happen. But I do understand that it is more common in today's age and people can be honest about it, but most people aren't.
Yeah, I don't know though. I feel like there's been no better time in the history of modern humans to be upfront about how you want to have sex with other women or have sex with other men or do threesomes, or if it's going to be a solo experience. So yeah, I feel like it's definitely selfish of a woman to ask a man to get rid of all his cardinal desires, or however she worded it
Are you
earlier.
married?
No.
Do you have kids?
No.
Well, maybe your mind will change when you have a home and share a home with like a family.
But I'm sure there's people who have homes and they don't feel that way and they can agree with her. You can only speak for yourself.
No, I'm asking her, like, when she gets to that point in her life, maybe she'll think differently.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time she came on the show, she actually sat right there where you're sitting, and she didn't agree with us
at all.
That's not true. I agreed with you on something.
On like 2 things.
Yeah. No.
Out of 3 hours on like a few things, right? And mostly I think she agreed with Dr. Kish. But as far as because we spoke about this.
Yeah.
You have a boyfriend.
I do.
And we talked about, well, why can't he have, other people? And I even asked you, do you think you can satisfy him for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
And remember what you told me?
I believe that I do because of what he's communicated to me. And that kind of goes back to, before you get into a relationship with someone, you need to really talk about what are your expectations for both people. If the expectation is monogamy, barring a couple of accidents every now and again, whatever, you don't break up a marriage, you don't leave your children with one parent household because someone made a mistake on a boys' night.
I heard the word mistake. Like,
I do too.
Yeah, there's no mistakes.
It could be a wrong choice, but it's not a mistake.
Yeah,
okay.
So you're like, I don't care.
Okay, I can get with that. Maybe it's not a mistake, it's a choice. But it's a choice that they really regret it. But I wanted to go back to what you said, how I might change in the future.
Yes, because I mean, like, I don't know how you feel about your man, but I know how I feel about mine. It's like,
tell me how you feel about your man.
He's the sexiest, dreamiest guy in all time.
Goodbye.
Okay.
How long have you been with your boyfriend?
A year.
Well, that sounds like a personal
problem.
Okay. And we've been trying, and like literally he finished in me like the first time we had sex, and ever since then.
Red flag.
So we've been literally like passionate.
The first time that you guys had sex, he came in you?
Yes, and every single day since then.
What the?
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like, it's like Yeah, I don't know. You were like meet a girl and you're like, I'm gonna get you pregnant. Like,
Yeah.
it's like passion.
I've never
Yo,
met-
I've never
I've
done
never
that
met-
shit in my life.
What the fuck?
I've never thought that shit.
Really?
Nah.
Can you
never
tell
had
us?
This nigga was trying to
passion?
trap you.
I've had passion, but I never.
Hey, I ain't never seen a girl. Yo, I'm trapping
yeah.
her. I want
No,
her.
I
on
want
my
to
kids.
trap him.
Yeah.
I want to trap him.
So
He's
it's
not
gonna be
trapping
so
me. I want to trap
toxic.
him.
So how did he change the way you thought? Like before you got with him, you wanted to be like an independent woman on your own, working, and he changed that about you, or like how did your mindset?
I was by myself. It was like in Miami and like just like a Miami girl. And then
Red
he's-
flag.
Yeah. I was like, I was coming out of a relationship. I've always been in relationships. So I was like, I'm a relationship girl. And when I met him, I was like, my heart stopped. Like the world.
Okay,
in front
yeah.
of me
I'm
was
sorry. I don't
like-
want to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yo.
throw
My
up,
man, my
bro.
man,
Yeah.
my man, my man, my man.
I love him.
My man.
I just
Yo.
listen.
Trying to bring me to dream
yeah.
world, and I am not with that shit right now.
You know what? A lot of women want what she's feeling right now.
I love him so
a
much.
lot of women
delusion,
want
bro.
what
Okay,
she's
but
feeling right now.
I would say that she's probably felt like that for somebody else too.
For sure.
Never.
Never?
He's the sexiest, the most.
All right, yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Hey, so how do you feel about this, Aaron? XO, how do you feel about this,
feel
bro?
about like
Well, everything that's
when a
she's
girl is
saying.
pregnant. Like,
Wait,
is it-
what?
Well,
How do you feel she got
that was the original question.
You're way back. Catch
Yeah.
up.
Wait,
No, so let's go back to the original question. If a girl is withholding sex,
okay.
it could be a girlfriend, a fiance, or wife. If a woman is withholding sex from her partner, is it considered cheating? Yes or no?
Nah,
Withholding.
she's just
it?
withholding sex. She's
Okay.
not cheating on you.
Okay.
Is that a betrayal?
So again, a month. If she's withholding sex for a month, that's not considered cheating in your opinion?
Not for a month. Like, it's not. If she's not like going to see somebody else and having sex with them, it's not cheating.
Okay. So
She's
how
just
many
withholding sex.
months would you consider it cheating? Maybe like 6 months.
It's not cheating for any months, but like if it's past like a few months, then it's like
You're gonna
what
assume
the fuck
she's
is going
cheating.
on?
Yeah, you're gonna
I'm
assume.
gonna assume she's cheating and like
Okay.
she's not trying to have sex. with
So
me,
at how many months would you assume that she's cheating?
maybe like
Speaking to the mic.
4 or
yes, sir.
5,
Speaking to the mic, yeah.
4, 5, 6 months.
So 4, 5, 6 months. God damn, that's a lot of
What?
months.
That's a long time.
Okay,
There
real
might be
quick,
something
so-
wrong if she's not a virgin.
fake
Okay, real
reasons.
quick. Hold on. No side comments. Hold on. Real quick. Is it cheating in your opinion? Yes or no?
If you're not having sex, you mean? Like in
listen.
that time?
If the woman is withholding sex from her man, which women often do,
Yeah.
is it considered cheating in your opinion? Yes or no?
Nah. Cheating is like her with someone else. You feel me?
Okay. So
But-
no.
I would say if she's withholding that, is the man okay to go out and be with someone else if she's withholding sex?
Mhm.
I think yeah, because
Okay.
that's kind of messed up. You feel me? To be in that relationship and you're not having sex and like what's the point? You feel me?
Okay.
You're just gonna talk all the time. Like,
Would you say that
feel me?
sex is an obligation?
No, but it definitely helps the chemistry of a relationship if that works. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like if it works well, then everything else in the relationship kind of
So
works
so
out
you so
too.
you would say sex is not an obligation either way.
Nah,
Okay.
nah.
All right. What about you? What do you think?
Maybe for 1 month she may not be cheating, but anything more than like 2 months, 3 months, girls are horny.
Okay. So
Definitely a problem.
okay. What about you?
Well, back to the topic. Like, if you come out of a pregnancy, I mean, everyone knows that you can't really be having intercourse.
That's cat, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Are you a father?
No, I'm not.
All
A
right,
father.
I've had 2 kids. I was fucking my ex the whole pregnancy and right after the pregnancy.
Wait, does she have a vaginal birth?
Yeah.
My mom did, and my little sister is 10 months younger than me. I was 1 month old. My mom
Oh
got
yeah,
pregnant
because you're
again.
super fertile right after, but you're
Yeah, you
also
are.
your cervix isn't closed fully yet.
Man, listen, that body bounced back. Okay. Especially when you're young, your body bounces back. Like if you're 36, that's different. But if you're
You
23,
can't get pregnant when you're 36.
well, we
That's
we
not
just had
true.
You
You can get
you
pregnant.
can, but we just had an argument with a 36-year-old last night about this whole conversation. But trust me,
Really?
I just don't think it's a good look to get pregnant at 36. But again, okay. What about you? What do you think about that?
No, I don't think it's cheating. Is you have to do it physically with somebody else. I don't think if you're not having sex with somebody, that's not cheating. At the end of the day, that's up to you. You don't physically need that in a relationship. I mean, yeah. It's,
Wait,
it's
what?
nice.
You don't
You don't-
physically need that
You
in a
don't
relationship?
physically look. I date women. At the end of the day, I'm not a man.
Okay.
You get me? Men are horny and shit. They always need to fuck anything that walks. It doesn't matter what. At the end of the day, I get men coming up to me all the time, flirting with me, and I'm
Okay.
like, what the hell?
Okay.
Like, I look like you. Like, what's up? Like, just the other day, I was playing basketball and I asked this guy for his Instagram just so we can play basketball again. And you know what the guy tells me? He goes, oh, I think my girlfriend would get mad.
Okay.
And I'm like, what?
You're
Like,
not-
if anything, I'm trying to get at your girl, not you. Like, why is
Yeah.
she gonna get mad? He's like, oh, because you're a female following me. And I'm like, but I look like you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm confused. So back to what your question was with sexual intercourse and stuff. Yeah, I feel like you physically don't need it in a relationship as long as your communication is good. Like, that's how I feel. I don't need to physically do anything with a female to feel anything. I just need to have a conversation with you. And if I mess with you, I mess with you. Why do I
Okay.
gotta fuck you to do that?
Okay,
Feel
but
me?
again, we're speaking about boyfriends, fiancés, or husbands, right? We're talking.
Okay.
So, if you're in a relationship, you personally don't have to have sexual intercourse. You just need to have good conversation and connection. Correct?
Correct. In
Okay.
my perspective, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
if it
cool.
happens, great.
I want to know what the chat thinks real quick. We'll get to the super chats in a second. Real quick, what about you? What do you think about that? If a woman is withholding sex from her boyfriend, fiance, or husband for more than a month, is it considered cheating? Yes or no?
No, but after a certain amount of time, I would assume you're cheating. But I feel like if she's withholding it to that extent and to the point where like that conversation definitely has to be made, and you have to communicate about like how your needs are met. And if there's repeated like conversations like, oh, like you're not da da da, like obviously not say it like that, but then you know if he cheats, then you know.
Okay, so not one person yet thinks it's cheating. Okay, cool. What about you? Do you think it's cheating? Yes or no?
I don't think it's cheating, but I do think it's a form of betrayal, especially within the confines of marriage. There are people who will be upset or whatever, or there's some huge relationship issue and they're withholding sex purposefully.
Okay.
I think men can do it, but I think women probably do it to their husbands more. And I would not agree to do that at all. That's
Okay.
like one of the greatest ways to break your relationship's foundation.
So it's not cheating, but it is betrayal.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? What do you think?
I think that there's something wrong with the person that's withholding sex. Like they're going through like emotional trauma or like physically ill or like mentally ill. There's like something wrong with that person because they should talk to
What if the
someone.
person just doesn't feel good? Like, or they just
They're
don't feel
physically
pretty?
ill?
No, like not sick. But what if the girl just doesn't feel like she's pretty?
She's going through a mental illness. Like she's mentally like.
You said when you were pregnant, you didn't feel your best.
I know. I said when I was pregnant, I was physically ill. Like I felt like I was a stuffed potato. Like sex was like not comfortable. I was still doing it, but it was like not the best. Like I didn't want to have it like multiple times a day, or like I would go without it like for a day or whatever because I just wasn't like, it was uncomfortable.
Okay.
Like at 8 months.
So you don't think it's cheating either, right?
No, I just think there's something wrong with the person.
Okay. What about you? Do you think it's cheating?
I don't think it's cheating as long as there's like a means of communication as to why you're withholding it. If there's if you're asking like why and you can't give me a reason, then obviously I'm
Give me a
gonna
good reason for a woman to withhold sex for over a month.
Death in the family.
Yeah.
Okay, so death in the family.
She don't like you.
What else?
Faith-based.
What else?
She don't like you.
Oh, no, okay,
That's
that's
not
not a good
yeah,
one.
it's terrible.
Anything else? Anybody else can have anything else?
Yeah, faith-based.
Faith-based?
Yeah.
Wait, so
Oh, religion.
Celibacy.
okay, I'll give you that. But typically, that's something that's established at the beginning of the relationship.
Some
right?
people, a lot of like relationships, sometimes. The
Wait, you
person just
became
chooses
like
to-
Muslim all of a sudden?
Someone can find God in the relationship.
Okay, what the?
Well, you finding God by yourself.
Facts.
Uh,
You're done.
Okay, so
You're changing the whole structure and foundation of our relationship. That's cheating.
So so this is what I'll say, right? For me personally, I'm actually surprised that none of the guys said this. And this is a very unpopular belief. I think it's cheating. The reason why is because if I'm dating you, I'm giving you my time, my resources, I'm protecting you, I'm providing for you, and you don't want to give me sex.
Yeah, that's kind of wrong.
What the fuck you mean? So
Paying
wait,
all
so
the bills. You need to release your stress.
if we go out, right, and someone's trying to rob us and they have a gun, can I just say, well, I just don't feel like protecting you today?
No.
I just feel like maybe you should fight the guy today.
That's why in Hispanic communities, they like the Spanish mommies or whatever, they always tell like, you better be fucking your man good. Like, you better go to Pound Town with your man. Like, You don't want to lose him. That's like all the aunties' advice.
So imagine,
Bombastic side
imagine we're getting robbed, and I run because I know I can outrun you over there, right in the corner. Let's say I know I'm faster than you, so I'm gonna leave you behind. That's I would consider that cheating as well.
Facts.
Right?
The parameter of your relationship is you have to protect her.
Yes.
And you're not doing that anymore, so you're cheating.
That's my duty. My duty as your man is to protect you. My duty as your man is to die for you. My duty is to provide for you. Right? So you're telling me that I have to put my life on the line and be ready to die for you at any moment, pay for all of our bills,
Correct.
You know, give you my time, be loyal to you, and you can withhold sex
Nope.
at will, and it's not considered cheating.
Drain your man's balls.
I would consider that cheating.
Sensational.
Okay.
I mean,
now I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you're pregnant, that's different from like being
No,
pregnant.
but that's not the situation that I gave. I said in general, like if
Okay,
a
in
woman,
general,
because
like,
let me tell you
it's
something.
fine.
The people that are most of the women that are withholding sex are not pregnant.
Okay.
Actually, like, look, I could be wrong, but when my ex was pregnant, she was actually more horny than ever.
Wait, right before going into labor?
Bro, the whole fucking pregnancy.
She's really lucky.
The whole pregnancy. It was out of control.
I gained almost 60 pounds.
Okay, well,
Like-
I mean, she got a little big too, but you know, we were rocking the boat. Okay. What I'm saying is, like, there's no real excuse for a woman to do that. Listen, a death in a family, I can see it. Rest in peace, Grandpa. But I give you a few days. You know what I mean? Like, you're not getting a month.
No, I never
get a
went
month.
a month. I only went like a day because also all my families, like all my moms and aunties, they said you need to have sex so your labor is easier. So I would
Yes.
like force myself to have. I know it kind of sounds bad, but I would like force myself to have a lot of sex. I wanted a really good, easy labor, and it also, the woman produces a chemical that her partner like gets infatuated
Yes.
with her and the baby. So like sex is like
Yes.
to create a bond between you guys.
I'm surprised you know that because most women don't know that. When men and women sleep together, yes, men get very territorial over that woman if he cares about her.
But especially when you're pregnant, there's an actual like hormone that's being released.
It's
to-
called oxytocin, and it's what gets the labor started.
No, it's a different. You can Google it. It's like this other hormone. I forgot the name of it, but it creates.
Yo, what the fuck is that? It's
Like, what is that?
What is that
sound?
shit, bro?
What is what?
But you don't hear.
Yo, there's some weird shit on the mic, bro. That's just pissing me off. Okay, what were you saying?
There's a chemical to actually force the man to bond with you and the baby, so the man stays, to protect you guys. It's like a survival thing from like forever.
And it's not oxytocin?
No, it's a different. Just Google it.
Okay, cool.
I googled it. The first thing that popped up: oxytocin is a hormone and a neurotransmitter that is it has to deal with oxytocin.
Okay, cool. So she was correct.
She was.
Okay, cool. Listen, again, if the gentlemen don't agree with me, that's cool. We're all gonna respect each other's opinions here, but I personally do think that it is cheating, man. If you're withholding sex, and I think it works the other way around. Like, I think if the woman wants sex and the guy doesn't, suck it up, dude. Like, what you mean? Like, we're going off feelings? Like, imagine if we just every day we didn't feel like working. What's gonna happen when it's time to pay rent? Like, these are duties.
Yeah.
Facts. And even as a guy, if I don't want to have sex, you start sucking my dick, I'm gonna want to fuck.
100%.
Let's be realistic.
Or when your girlfriend is upset with you, you pound town, and then like she's happy.
These
But
are
that-
conversations, though, that people are not having. Like, I love giving dating advice. And one of the things that I always say is you need to have conversations about what the relationship entails before you commit to that person.
Facts.
Because libido is important. Matched libidos are important. Is the relationship monogamous or non-monogamous? One of my greatest friends right now is with someone, and he wants a non-monogamous relationship. She does not want a non-monogamous relationship. And they're 3 years deep, and it feels like a waste.
She's gonna get cheated on. The reason why is because of what we talked about last time that you weren't here. It's really hard for a woman to fulfill a guy's needs for the rest of his life. It's almost impossible. As a matter of fact, you have the guys. I had a guy here last night that after the show, he was like, "Oh, I would never cheat on my girl," and I'm just like, "Bro, you're like 21.
Yeah.
Like when you hit 31, talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your everything changes."
Mhm.
I want to get to the super